Ryan Galloway for LowKickMMA here. Joining me today, I have UFC bantamweight fighter Marlon Cheeto Vera. Cheeto, how's it going, mate?
What's up, brother? How are you? All good out here?
Yeah, I'm good, I'm good. So, you fought recently, a couple of weeks back, and you had that war. Great performance, by the way. I know the decision didn't go your way, but how's your recovery going? How are you feeling after that?
I'm good. Health-wise, I'm good to go. I'm still training. I took like a couple of days off, just because you just fought. But I've been running. I've been training. Been doing a lot of conditioning because that's what I like to do. Like the first 2 weeks, a lot of conditioning and running to see where my body is, if to find if I have any injuries because. Sometimes I'm worried to go back to the gym and get in a scramble and something pops because you don't know, you just fought. So I've been running shit lot of long distances and my body feels good, my weight is good, so I'm ready to move on and find another fight.
Excellent. So, I just want to ask you about that fight. Going back to the corner after the final round, what was going through your head? How did you think the fight had gone, and what were you thinking at the time?
Like when the fight was over, the body language was so simple. The Chinese guy was in the ground, were grabbing his head, and I was celebrating. So it's just one of those things. And then the only thing in my defense is like every single person in the arena, since the guy to that opens the cage, the commission, the doctors, whoever was in the arena that day told me I won the fight. And then, of course, when they given the fight to them, they were like, "Oh yeah, it was a close fight." Like, nah, fuck you. It was a good fight, but realistically, like everybody who rewatch it or when I rewatch it, I was like, yeah, like this doesn't mean like, oh yeah, first one was kind of slow and started like I won the fight. I throw more, I try more, and I hurt him more. So I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not upset.
Hmm.
The thing that bothered me the most maybe is I have half of my paycheck, but at the end of the day, what I can do about it? I want to sit down and cry about it. I'm ready to move on and get another fight and keep moving forward. But I
For
know I
sure.
broke the guy, and I know we won't fight again because that's the UFC don't make rematches. So I'm not focusing on that guy. That guy's done for me.
Yeah, so I know Edson Barboza was talking about putting an appeal in for his fight, and he was told that he wasn't able to put in an appeal. Was that something you considered after the fight? Was putting in an appeal for yourself, or did that never phase your mind?
There's nothing you can do about it. You can appeal. You can do whatever you want. Edson is not getting nothing. So
Hmm.
I don't feel that it's a time to waste your energy in that. All my energy it's on learn, move forward, get better, and just go on, beat the next guy available.
For sure. And so the actual fight itself, is that how you saw it playing out? Did he do what you thought he would do? And how did you rate your own performance? Did you think you performed how you would have liked to, how you expected?
I do like the performance. I was expecting him come with heavy punches. The thing I know about the guy, he's a heavy hitter, but he's not too smart. He
Hmm.
put everything on those hands, and he's a head hunter, and he will only try to knock you out. And I'm like, yeah, if you only want to fight like that, I fight you the other way. I kick your legs, I kick your body, I push kick you, and then I land my punches to your face too. But I feel like they're good, and then normally people want to take those guys down right away. I was like, no, like I have a better striking than you. So I kind of like strike with him, walk him down, and then took him down in the third round twice, just kind of like to let him know like that's how I secured the round. Like, I
Hmm.
wasn't even trying to like grapple with him. He was just like get the takedown, so get the points for win the round. So I fought a good fight. I put on a show. Like it was a hard fight, but then at the end I also let him know, look, this is how you win the fight. But everything went well. The kicks work well. My boxing is getting better, so I'm in a good spot. From now on, is just keep making questions, keep getting better, and find a way just to fight better.
For sure, for sure. And his performance before that, like you said, people like to take him down. When Cody Stamen fought him, he took him down and held him down. That was another decision that went his way, where a lot of people thought it should have gone the other way. Did you watch that fight, and what did you take for that for your own fight?
I watched that fight and I saw like Cody definitely were not trying to strike with him. He was trying to make it a grapple exchange, which I believe, they took a point from Cody, from Song Yadong in the first round. And then he lost second and third. So I'm like, how does a draw? Like, you have a 10-A, and then you've been controlled the whole fight. But I was like, I don't know. I'm just guessing there's way too many people in China, so that's why they have the pressure. Everything we're on is money in China, so I'm guessing that's some pressure in the world. I don't fucking know. I'm just guessing, but I'm like, two in a row, somebody's protecting the guy. So, but
Yeah,
again, there's nothing we can do, and
for
I
sure.
don't care anymore. It's more about like if we face each other later on, we both climb the rankings again, we will see. But right now, I want to fight, so I will see what happens.
Excellent. And getting to that, so the day before the fight, Uriah Faber weighed in as a potential replacement in case Song couldn't make weight, which ultimately didn't end up happening. But I know you guys had a bit of a back and forth after the fight. Is that a fight you'd like next? Would you like to have a Faber? Or I know on Twitter yesterday, I think it was, you also mentioned Cruz. Is either of those fights something you'd be looking for
I
next? Or
think I think Dominick Cruz, paper wise, make the most sense. We are like 2, 3 rankings apart. He's coming off a loss. I'm coming off a loss. I feel that's a perfect fight to make right now. But if Uriah have the balls to actually fight for real instead of just making the show for Wayne's and acting like a guy that will do it anytime, he
Mhm.
won. He's broke. His last fight he got destroyed, and I'm sure he don't want to get that feeling again because he's not training anymore. So, but if he got the balls to do it one more time, I will put him out for sure. I will send the message like, hey, you don't belong here anymore. But that's not the main focus. He is doing it for the social media. He have a team, he have a name, so he have to do enough things just to stay relevant, which I get it. But Dominic will be a great fight, so I hope that fight happen or he takes it.
How do you see that fight matching up between you two, yourself and Cruz?
I think I just put the pressure on him and I broke him. I feel like I'm a I'm a younger, better version, and I feel I have enough tools. And then his wrestling is pretty good. So if the fight goes to the ground, he's not going to he's not going to hold me there. I think I can tap him out too. So I'm pretty confident that I can beat him up in the stand up and in the ground. So I hope the fight happens.
Yeah, and so another thing I wanted to ask you about was obviously with Henry Cejudo retiring, who in your mind should be fighting for the belt next? Do you think it should be Aldo versus Jan, like they're talking about booking, or what do you think about the Sterlings or the Sandhagens? Who do you think should be the two contenders fighting for the belt next?
Being real about it, Peter Yan deserved it. Although, even if he got robbed, I got robbed, we lose at the end of the day. But if they're gonna serve us like winners after we get robbed, I'm gonna support that because I wanna get that too.
Hmm.
But realistically, I think I thought the fight where Sterling and Peter Yan, I think that was the real title fight. But we know how the game goes. It's not about anymore who deserves it. It's about who sells. And no offense to Sterling, but how many people really watch him fight? You know. And then in the other side, Curtis and Hagen, he's really good, but those guys have no name. Those guys are like dead personalities. And I'm not saying that that's what I want. I don't want to become a clown, but what the UFC and the fans want, they don't want to see sometimes the most skilled fighter. They want to see the one that put in a better show.
Hmm.
And in that division right now, TJ was, the big names are there, but he haven't come back yet. Um, but besides TJ, I don't think there's anybody with a big name. Aldo have a big name. Jan, he don't even speak English, but the way he fight is pretty good, so he put on a show all the time. Then you guys like, Jimmy Rivera, like dead asses. They don't want to fight. They're
Hmm.
like, they're hiding somewhere. They probably fight right now. But the division needs some shows, some scandal a little bit. And at the end of the day, put in good fights. So that's what I think the Peter Yan Aldo fight makes sense. It's just because they need to sell it.
For sure. And
If they
so
make money, we will make it. So I'm guessing it's just business.
Yeah, I agree. And so my follow-up question to that was, how do you think the Sandhagen Sterling fight will go? Who do you think take that one?
I think Sterling's gonna control him and take him down and stuff like that. The only thing with the Sterling that I saw in the past, when he can take you down, his striking is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. You know, he slaps a lot, throw a lot of kicks with no setups. So, but he's a fucking hell of an athlete. So he pulled it out. He's been pulling it out for a long time. But when I see him lose, it's always when somebody defended takedown and stay on his face. He don't like that.
Hmm.
So if Shanghai is able to scramble up or have a better grappling, he's gonna have a long night because Shanghai is a good striker.
For sure. And so one last matchup I wanted to get your opinion on. Someone you've prepared for in the past, Sean O'Malley's return at 250 against Wineland, I think he's fighting. How do you see that fight going? Do you think that Sugar will get the win there? What do you think?
Well, they're making they're making the road for him. They can market him, you know. Eddie Wineland is a tough guy, but let's be real. The guy's old, you know. You can see him coming a mile away. You know, he's a strong guy, lifts a lot of weights, but this is not powerlifting in the Olympics. This is fighting, so I think they found the perfect match for him. 3 weeks ago, I heard Eddie couldn't make it to fight me on the 16th, but now he can make it to fight the 6th. That's kind of weird, but you know, good for him. You know, he's gonna get the exposure he probably needs for him. But they're making the road for O'Malley.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, that's why they make him find somebody outside the ranking so they can mix him up around there. But we'll see what happens because that's another one that declined to fight me a couple of weeks ago.
Would you
But
like to
now
get
he's gonna fight.
Would you like to have that fight come to fruition, or is that something you're not interested in?
I'm not really give a fuck about who is in front of me. I want to climb the rankings, and beating O'Malley is just gonna get me a couple new fans. But
Yeah.
I don't give two fucks about those things because you need real fans. Hype fans, they're heavy, but when you lose, they hate you. So you don't need that. I need real people supporting me, people that watch me and like my work, and that's what matters to me. If they call me for those fights, they know I will take it. They don't even hesitate on that. But it's always on the other side.
For sure. And so my last question for you is, if you don't get the Cruz or the Faber, if neither of them are ready to come back and fight, who's an ideal matchup for you? Obviously ahead of you in the rankings, who would you like to see in your next fight?
I would say somebody in the top 10. Anybody, like from 10 to 5, whoever.
For sure. All right. Thanks for taking the time to speak to me, Cheeto. All the best, and I can't wait to see you in the octagon again.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.